What's going on, my PT peeps and my Walking Dead family? Welcome to the PT channel. I'm One Eye Bri, back to talk about The Walking Dead. And does Andrew Lincoln, who plays Rick Grimes in The Walking Dead universe, regret leaving the show? Spoiler warning for The Walking Dead series as a whole as of Season 9, Episode 15, maybe a little 16, because if you don't want to know some of this stuff, please stop watching. I don't want to ruin anything for you. Spoiler warning. But a couple things have recently come out about Andrew Lincoln talking about The Walking Dead and what he actually said. But Rick Grimes is clearly the man of The Walking Dead, but he is gone as of Season 9, Episode 5 in the series. He's gone, but not forgotten on the show. He's going to be in at least three AMC TV movies. So that's pretty awesome. It sucks that he's not on the show anymore. We do miss Rick, but I have to say, I do not think the show has lost a beat since Rick went away. Sure, they've given more parts to Daryl and Michonne and this and that, but ultimately Rick Grimes is still the man. And when you think The Walking Dead, you think Rick Grimes. But let's see the article of comicbook.com. The Walking Dead star Norman Reedus says best friend and former series lead Andrew Lincoln agrees the long-running zombie drama has undergone a creative renaissance under Season 9 showrunner Angela Kang. It's funny because I talked to Andy the other day, Reedus told Entertainment Weekly, with a laugh, and he was like, man, I picked the wrong time to leave the show because it's so effing good right now. I'm like, yeah, you did, dude. You picked the wrong time. And that's the big quote that's going around, that there's people on Instagram and YouTube and online that are saying that Andrew Lincoln wants to come back. He regrets leaving. He wants to come back. It's going to do this. It's going to do that. He's going to come back now for sure. Well, I don't get that at all. I just think that he's like, wow, the show is really good. It's doing a good thing. Angela Kang's doing a great job. And he kind of would like to be a part of it, which I'm sure he does. But like I said, Michonne, Carol, and Daryl are the big three. And per last report, Andrew Lincoln is not coming back to play Rick Grimes on the television show. He wants to be a director in Season 10. He wants to be part of the Rick Grimes movies, obviously. And to be honest, if Rick Grimes was coming back, which I don't believe he is, I do not believe he is, I think it would be great, but that's wishful thinking. But clearly, Daryl Dixon has done a lot of parts with Alpha and the Whispers. He took over the Maggie part, he took over the Rick part, and that's obvious because Daryl is going to be a big part of the series. When in doubt, give it to Daryl, right? I say that a lot in videos because it's true. They give Daryl so many big parts, and I believe that Daryl has been in every episode in the back half of Season 9 and so many in the first half of Season 9. I don't know if he's missed an episode this season, and to be honest, that's okay. I love Daryl, and it's a good part of the show, but we could get other people involved, for sure. But Andrew Lincoln also said, I mean, there's only so many sports days you can miss and really call yourself a father. So I think it was time for me to get back for some important days and just be around and have some continuity back home, Lincoln told Access in September. So that was back in September, but I think Andrew Lincoln wanted to be back with his family, but he does love The Walking Dead and Walking Dead fans. But then we saw him in behind the scenes photos shadowing a director for Season 10. And you're like, well, if he's on set, he could have played Rick Grimes, right? Well, if he was only there for a week or 2 weeks and then he went back home, that makes sense because he was there to shadow, learn, come back when he could, but then he went back home to his family, but then there were reports that he was in Los Angeles, so we'll have to wait and see what happens with Andrew Lincoln and the Rick Grimes saga. But ultimately, I would want Rick to be a part of this storyline. It's not happening because it's over. We have one more episode. The Season 9 finale is this Sunday as I make this video, so it's not going to happen. But some people are like, Rick's going to be in the finale. I've seen it on Google. I Googled it. Google's never let me down. Well, really? Come on. That just seems wishful thinking. Andrew Lincoln, I believe, is not going to be seen in the finale. Well, people are really holding out for it, so I would not get your hopes up because it could be a letdown and most likely will be a letdown if you're hoping that Rick shows up to save the day in the Season 9 finale. But the characters right here are really saving the day for the show. I mean, Sadiq, not so much, but Yumiko, Magnus Group, the big three here for sure. You know, we lost some characters this season, some big characters for sure, but it's The Walking Dead. We're going to lose characters every season. But Season 9 is wrapping up, and I hope it builds for the future. Season 10, the movies, hopefully we get an 11th and or 12th season of the show, and I think that's a great, great run. That's all we can hope for, right? And the early word is that a radio is going to come into play in the Season 9 finale. Spoiler warning, stop watching now if you don't want to know spoilers. 3, 2, 1. The radio is going to be transmitting a message in the last scene of the episode, I believe, is the early word and potential spoilers. It's going to be staticky. We're not going to really be able to tell who it is. That's what the spoilers are saying. And sometimes the spoilers say a certain thing and you can pick it up more when you actually watch the episode. So we'll see what the message is and who does it sound like. A lot of people are hoping that it's Rick. And I don't think we're going to find out. It's going to be like a cliffhanger. Who's on the radio? Tune in October. See you later, guys. Have a good summer. You know, like, oh my gosh, I got to wait all summer. But it's a cliffhanger. It's okay. We've turned The Walking Dead into instant gratification. And really, we're that way about everything. We need to know, and we need to know it now. Who's on the radio? What's happening to Rick? Where's Rick? Is this going to happen? That going to happen? What is it? I need to know now. Let's just enjoy the ride a little bit. Let's take a deep breath. Whew. Woosah. The Walking Dead is back, baby. And let's just be thankful for that. Because season 7 was crap. Season 8 was a misstep. It was okay, but not really the biggest step in the right direction. I hope it's Maggie actually on the radio. We'll see if it's Maggie, Georgie, if it makes more sense for that. Because if it's Rick, great. Rick's not coming back to the show. What are we going to do with that message? Rick's coming back in the movies. We might not get the first movie till 2020. And that's crazy. Hopefully it happens at the end of this year, 2019, but I want to see Maggie and Negan interact again. And especially now, because Negan is on the redemption story. The redemption arc storyline is coming around. So what if Negan is actually a good guy now? What if Negan saves Judith, saves Dog, saves this person, fights the Whisperers, and Maggie's like, what's he doing out of his jail cell? What's happening there? I can't believe you let him out. Why would you ever do that? And people are like, whoa, hold up, Maggie. Negan's actually a good guy, and he actually saved a couple people, so back it down. Where you been all this time, Maggie? Oh, wait, you been in somewhere else doing whatever you're doing. If you were here, we probably wouldn't have lost so many people here. So back it down. Negan's actually one of us now. Negan's actually helping us. And I love Maggie, so don't get me wrong, but I could see people saying that, and I would actually love that storyline a little bit, too. But Negan should be a fan favorite if he saves people, especially if he saves Judith, Dog, maybe even Daryl. Maybe he gets this comic connection with the Whispers. You know what I'm saying there. That would definitely make him a fan favorite because you cannot like Alpha, right? Alpha's doing some bad things. She killed a bunch of people, a whole lot of people since the Whisperers came around. We've lost some people. Negan's bad, don't get me wrong, but if his redemption story is done right, we may actually love this guy. So if Maggie comes back around, which I hope she does, hopefully she comes in, saves the day during the Whisperer War when the Whisperers are attacking Hilltop and Alexandria. She rides in on some horses with some cavalry and she saves the day, and then she sees Negan out and about and is like, whoa, what's going on here? And Negan has come a long way. You know, I'm not the biggest Negan fan by any means, but I love Jeffrey Dean Morgan and I love the idea of a redemption story, especially if Negan saves characters that we love. And I would love for Negan to fight Beta. Who wouldn't want to see that, right? But Negan's come a long way. Some people loved him from the very beginning. Some people hate him. Some people will never like the guy, but he's definitely come a long way. But I just hope Maggie comes back in season 10 and saves the day, kind of like the season 7 finale. And as I look at this picture, it's crazy because we lost Jesus and Enid, two big parts of Hilltop. Now the groups are going to be at Hilltop and Alexandria going forward. We'll see the kingdom has run into some trouble, but I hope Maggie comes back around and saves the day. But I want to see a little conflict there too. Like, where have you been, Maggie? You left us here. If you didn't leave us, then we might have been through this okay. We might have survived more of this too. And that better be brought up. I mean, she was the leader and she just left. Now, we all know why Lauren Cohan's filming Whiskey Cavalier, and I wish her all the best, and I love Lauren Cohan, don't get me wrong, but the Maggie character leaving should piss a lot of people off. But if Rick comes back around, that would be awesome. He would put his boot towards Alpha's face and boom, take her out. That would be amazing if that ever happened. Again, I just think it's wishful thinking. Even though I would love for it to happen, to have the Daryl, Rick dynamic for the war to take on the Whisperers. Can you just see Rick just coming out of nowhere like, ah, come on, baby. I'm here to save you guys. Let's roll. Just be awesome, right? And he would have a full beard and he'd be wearing the jacket that you don't mess with him when he's wearing that jacket, right? The Savage jacket. So I don't think it's going to happen, but that would be so amazing if it did. And who wouldn't want to see that? And I mean, that would drive fans back to the show in droves. But we can only hope, guys. So does he regret leaving the show? Maybe, but I just think he was talking with Norman Reedus and he's like, man, the show is good, man. I wish you guys all the best. And he's got a family. So you can't hate on him for leaving. But if he's still involved with the show more and more and he's still around here and he's still there and he's filming movies and he's directing stuff, it's like, come on, man, we just wish you never left. You know, and maybe it's a little selfish of us Walking Dead fans that we want Rick Grimes on the show, but he's a family man, and we love Andrew Lincoln. He's a great guy overall, I believe. So we'll have to wait and see how it goes down, but let me know your thoughts. Post your comments below. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And remember, guys, with hard work, dedication, belief, and sacrifice, you can truly achieve your goals. Believe in yourself. You can do it. It's about love, support, staying positive, making memories, and as always, tell them, Daryl.
Yo, we love you guys. Honestly, thank you.